commend you for how far you've come. And even if you don't think you've come very far, I bet that you have. Just the fact that you're listening to this is probably because you're in a better place than where you were when your divorce was first initiated or started. I talked to a friend today, and he actually said that there were 2 points in his divorce that he felt so alone. In fact, he said it was the most alone he ever recalls feeling in his whole life, and he was divorced a full decade ago. The first time was when he was served with the petition for divorce, and the second time was when the judgment of divorce was actually signed by the court. I asked him why. What was it at that particular time that made him feel so alone? And he said in that moment, it was where he felt no one could possibly understand what he was going through because no one was in his shoes, and that his marriage was his relationship was with his wife, his relationship with his children was all uniquely his, that nobody could possibly understand what it was like for him to lose all of that. And so he felt excruciating pain and was pained at being alone. And that, of course, is a very powerful feeling. I would bet that most of you have also felt that feeling, that excruciating pain of feeling so alone. Nobody will understand, right? Nobody knows. But I want to offer you that we are all, while we're all unique, breakups, heartache, and rejection is part of our universal and shared human experience. This is the benefit of finding a community or group that will help you to understand and truly embody that you're not alone. There are people who have gone through and who are going through something very similar to what you have been through. They've felt the same feelings. They have walked through the exact same pain, and they share your very same thoughts. So how would you feel if you knew your story was not unique? Your feelings are not at all original. Valid, yes, but not original. Now that may feel a bit harsh, but I offer it to help. Some of you may find solace in that, and believing that, knowing it to be true, may help you understand that you can connect with other people, that you are not alone. Other humans do understand, and you can be understood. And that will make your journey feel less lonely because you are not alone. You may just have to find your people. And I think we forget how powerful these feelings can be when we are in a relationship. When we're happy, and even when we're in unhappy relationships, there's still a sense of security and placement and belonging within your marriage, within your relationship, within your life, that when it ends or there's the threat of it ending, it's very normal to freak out and get scared and want to gather it all back together and protect it. Even when we're unhappy in the relationship, the fear is real. And in divorce, when the ball gets rolling and the decisions get made, whoever makes them, and however they're made, and the break happens, the separation happens, the divorce happens, you may find yourself on a trajectory of not having much control or not feeling like you have any control at all. And it's this fear, the loss of control, that's the underlying cause of divorce litigation. And yes, your ex-spouse feels it too. There's a last-ditch effort to exert control in divorce proceedings, control over things or the money or the children. I've been doing exclusively divorce and family law work for about 15 years, and the dynamics that drive the high conflict cases are, of course, control over money or kids, or both, right? Makes sense. Just recently, I was hanging out with my girlfriend. She has a teenage daughter, a young teen, about 14 years old, and her daughter and her boyfriend had just broken up, and they're 14, right? And the 14-year-old was crying. She was very upset, and so her mom and I were talking, and I jokingly said, although kind of seriously, what is there to cry about? They don't have kids. She's not dependent on him for money. In fact, they don't even go to the same school. So if she just deleted him off her social media, then all the memories and remnants of him could be erased, right? What's the big deal? Wow. I mean, wow, right? That's not what it's all about. How jaded have I become? A product of my craft, I guess. Breakups are not just about kids, money, and control. The fallout and the fears may lead to the behaviors that play out in divorce court, but what is it all about? Why, at the tender age of only 14, with zero dependency on the other person, is a breakup so hard? And I thought about this. What I came up with was, it's part of our human experience. It's about feelings, our emotions as humans. It's about rejection and heartache. Breakups and divorce conjure up the other half, the other side of love, of happiness. Without the flip side, those wouldn't exist. So we sat with my friend's daughter. We were in pajamas, eating pints of ice cream, and we talked about it with her. I kept my initial advice to myself, which was, you're only 14, this is puppy love, it won't matter, there's plenty of boys, right? And instead, we talked to her about what she was feeling. We named the emotions. We let her describe what she was actually feeling in her body. How heavy was it? Where was she feeling it? Was it constant or pulsing? What color was it? How deep was it, and was it moving? Teaching her this emotional maturity at such a young age will help her to love harder, live bigger, not circumvent love or avoid new love and avoid connection and great joy out of fear of the negative emotions that may follow, right? How sad would that be if she wanted to reject all of that in her future life because of a breakup at the age of 14? But I deal with that every day with adults who tell me, I will never do this again. I will never trust again. It's not worth it. I will never open myself up and give myself for love again. But as humans, we should want to go all in. If you knew you weren't alone and you knew this was just part of your human life, would that make it easier? What if we use the pain that we experience after great love as a rite of passage to an even greater love, a greater love and understanding of ourselves? Then it may feel like a gift. If we are willing to experience these negative emotions, if we go through them and allow them without judging ourselves for having them, we get to come out on the other side with renewed purpose, with reliance on ourselves. And if willing, we can experience even greater love, deeper connection, and truer happiness. What a gift is that indeed. That's it for today. If you want to work more closely with me, come join my community at directionafterdivorce.com, where our goal is to help you recover from your divorce, rediscover your self-worth, and repurpose your life. Until next time, take care.